What's up, adventurers? My name is Platinum Phoenix, and welcome back to Pokemon FireRed. Last time, we made it through the Viridian Forest and did our optional rival fight with Gary. And this time, we are going to be taking on our first gym, the Pewter City Gym. So let's go ahead and get started. Pewter Pokemon Gym, leader Brock, winning trainers Gary. So I guess Gary beat us here after we demolished him in that second fight. We didn't demolish him. What do you have to say? Hiya! Do you want to dream big? Do you dare to dream of becoming the Pokemon champ? I'm no trainer, but I can advise you to how to win. Let me take you to the top. No, I'm good. It's a free service. Let's get happening. The first Pokemon out in the match is at the left of the Pokemon list. By changing the order of Pokemon, you may gain an advantage. Try different orders to suit your opponent party. So what he's talking about is if we open up our Pokemon, any Pokemon in these 5 over where Rattata is will be in the reserves, and this one off to the side is the one he was talking about, top left, is the one that will start the fight out first. But let's head up here. Stop right there, kid. You're 10,000 light years from facing Brock. Alright, so I know that everyone makes fun of this kid, Camper Liam, because he mistakes light years for a measurement of time and not a measurement of distance. But I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to make the same joke. I want to know how far 10,000 light years actually is. So I did a little bit of math, and I put it into numbers that I could actually understand. So I put it into miles instead of light years. So 1 light year is about 6 trillion miles, which means 10,000 light years is about 6 times 10 to the 16th power miles, which is a 6 with 16 zeros after it. To put that into perspective, the circumference of the Earth is about 25,000 miles, which means 10,000 light years can go around the Earth roughly 2.4 trillion times. And you know what, Camper Liam? Even 6 times 10 to the 16th power miles away, my Tortle will still demolish Brock with water gun. It's such an unnecessary calculation, but it's just so funny being like, yep, 10,000 light years is just 2.4 trillion times around the Earth. No big deal. But with that being said, next up is the gym leader, Brock. So you're here. I'm Brock, the Pewter gym leader. It's Pewter City's gym leader. My rock-hard willpower is evident even in my Pokemon. My Pokemon are all rock-hard and have true grit determination. That's right, my Pokemon are all the rock type. Foo-ha-ha. You're going to challenge me knowing that you'll lose? That's the trainer's honor that compels you to challenge me. Fine then, show me your best. And I will. All right, our first gym leader, Brock, wants to battle. And he starts off with a level 12 Geodude, rock ground type with the ability Rockhead. And the moves Tackle and Defense Curl. If you have a Bulbasaur or Squirtle, you are going to obliterate this man. Just wipe the floor with him, get up to level 15 in that. That's amazing that we're already up to level 15. But next up, Brock is sending out an Onix, level 14, with the ability Rockhead, and the moves Tackle, Bind, Harden, and Rock Tomb. And once again, Water Gun is just going to obliterate this guy, because Rock and Ground just 4 times weak to water and grass. That is definitely harder if you have a Charmander, because Charmander is weak to both of those types. But I'm not having a Charmander, so we just obliterate a man. Stop, he's already dead. As proof of your victory, I confer on you this, the official Pokemon League Boulder Badge. We have received the Boulder Badge from Brock. Just having the Boulder Badge makes your Pokemon more powerful. It also enables the use of the move Flash outside of battle. Of course, a Pokemon must know the move Flash to use it. And we get $1,400. Wait, take this with you. We received TM39 from Brock, which I believe is Rock Tomb? Using a TM teaches the move it contains to a Pokemon. A TM is good for only one use. So when you use one, pick the Pokemon carefully. Anyway, TM39 contains Rock Tomb. It hurls boulders at a foe and lowers its speed. Alright, so I want to go over what we actually got from Brock. So, in addition to getting the gym badge as well as the TM, certain gym leaders in this game, and actually this is only for the gens 1 through 3, after certain gym leaders, you actually get what is called a badge boost. And I believe Brock's badge boost increases attack for all Pokemon that you use by 10%. There's other ones that I will go over later, but that is the boost I believe that the Boulder Badge gives you. And what badge boosts do is as soon as you get the badge that is contributing the boost, it increases the stat that it is related to for all Pokemon that you use, or all Pokemon that you have. Alright, sorry about the awkward cutaway. I wanted to just do a little bit of shopping before we started heading out to this new route. But when we head over here, we have this aid, I guess. I'm glad I caught you. I am Professor Oak's aide. I've been asked to deliver this, so here you go. We have received the running shoes from the aide. And with such shoes, press the B button to run, but only where there's room to run. Well, I must be going back to the lab. Bye-bye. There's a letter attached. Dear Phoenix, here's a pair of running shoes for my beloved challenger. Remember, I'll always cheer for you. Don't ever give up. From Mom. Well, thank you, Mom. I finally can move faster than a snail's pace in this game. It takes actually forever in this game to get it. I believe this is the longest amount of time in a Pokemon game that you go without the running shoes. I think the second longest is Diamond and Pearl, but that one only feels so long because it's such a slow game. This one makes you wait after the first gym, which is just an insane amount of time to make you go without being able to move faster. We are just... Oh, we've reached level 16 already. And they want to send out Weedle. Actually, fighting this guy reminds me of the guy that we talked to last episode. The guy in front of the Poke Center. He's like, oh, all these people around here are just bug catchers and hobbyists. They're not real Pokemon trainers like Brock is. Which is funny that he mentions it, because of course he would think Brock is a real Pokemon trainer when comparing it to bug catchers, because Brock is just strong against bug. So of course Brock would beat all the bug catchers. It's just a funny little note that the guy's just like, they're not real Pokemon trainers. You can't be a real Pokemon trainer unless you can beat Brock, and those bug catchers can't beat Brock. Well, with that, we have beaten the bug catcher, Colton. You beat me again? This is our first time fighting, my guy. Oh, and we get our first evolution. Dun 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 dun. Congratulations, your Tortle has evolved into War Tortle. Our first evolution. Go ahead and check out our Tortle. pretty good stat boosts, actually. We didn't learn any new moves. But with our new evolution, I think it is about time that we go over the new Pokemon we can get on this route, since it's a brand new route and everything. So, the first new Pokemon we can find is Nidoran Male. Nidoran Male, of course, being named Nidoran Male, it's pretty obvious that there's also a Nidoran Female. But I just want to bring that up because I'm going to compare the two quite a bit. Nidoran Male is the offensive Nidoran of the two, with higher attack, special attack, and speed in their evolved forms. It's also the one that is found in FireRed more often than Leaf Green, having a 14% chance of being found in FireRed, while only a 1% chance in Leaf Green. Also, once either Nidoran fully evolves, they get the ground typing, which is amazing for offensive capabilities. The only thing I would recommend is that you want to make sure to have your Nidoran evolved by level 22, Nidoran Male evolved by level 22 into Nidoking, in order to get Thrash as a move. Otherwise, you get Horn Attack, and Horn Attack's a lot weaker than Thrash is. Other than that, kind of relies a lot on TMs, but it learns a massive amount of TMs, and can even use special moves decently well. And now that we've gone over Nidoran Male, it's only right to go over Nidoran Female, which is the Leaf Green counterpart of Nidoran Male, being able to be found there 14% of the time and FireRed 1% of the time. It is also the defensive Nidoran, having higher HP defense and special defense out of the two. There's actually a lot in common. Like I said, they both get the ground typing. They both should be leveled up by, or fully evolved by level 22, but in Nidoran Female's case, that is because Nidoqueen gets Belly Slam at 22, which is really nice for a defensive Pokemon because it has the ability of paralyzing the opponent. The other thing is that even though it is a very defensive Pokemon, it is actually pretty good at attacking still. It's not like awful at attacking just because it has defensive stats. I'm pretty sure it only has 10 less base stats than in its offensive than Nidoking does. What? With that being said, there is only one other new Pokemon to find here, and that is Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is what is known as an HP tank. And what that means is it has a ton of HP. It's basically just a sponge that can take a lot of hits. It also learns Rest at level 29, but the biggest downside about that is that you have to have a Jigglypuff until level 29, which is a long time to have a Jigglypuff, if I'm being honest. Jigglypuff also learns a lot of TMs because it's a normal type, and normal types are known for their large TM pools that they get. The biggest downside of Jigglypuff is that it just gets outclassed by like every other normal type in the game. It's kind of brutal how outclassed it gets. Even being an HP tank, it gets outclassed in that role by a different normal type later in the game that just does it, but does it like 10 times better. And the other normal types outclass it either through, like I just said, their defensive capabilities, and either being a better tank, either in their defenses or their HP, or just being able to deal more damage than Jigglypuff and its evolved form can do. The other thing is that even with it being a normal type and having a ton of moves that it can use, it isn't great at using any of them. So this is one of the first Pokemon actually that I can straight up say that pretty much the entire family is not worth it. There we go. I finally found what I was looking for. I think it's about time that I get a second teammate. And I think... Are you fucking kidding me? I got my head in my hands. of all the times to get a critical hit, Tortle? You choose now? Well, I'll be back when I find another one. Give me a second. I found another one. It took me another 2 minutes of running back and forth just to find another one. Alright, Tortle. Can you please not critical hit this one? We're just gonna simply tackle. Great. What is this luck? If I'm not knocking it out in one hit, it poisons me. Great. Nidoran, can you just get in the ball? I really like the Nidoking line, and I want to use it, but this has been an awful experience of trying to get this thing. Thank you for staying in the ball. And yes, I would like to give you a nickname. So it's pretty interesting. The Nido line, both of them, both the Nidoking and the Nidoqueen line, are partially based off of rabbits. As you can see, Nidoran is very rabbit shaped. So I am going to name this little Nidoran Zodiac. Off of the year of the rabbit. I just feel like it's a really fitting name. I hit the B button on accident and almost just gave it not the correct name. But with that, I have I now have poison, I guess. But I now have a Nidoran to join our team, which is really nice to have. And I just want to heal. There's joy, it hurts. And the last thing that I actually want to do this episode is come over here, and this man has something to tell us. Hello there, laddie. Have I got a deal just for you? I'll let you have a secret Pokemon, a Magikarp, just for $500. So, you'll buy it, am I right? Well, I don't have $500, so I'll say no. No? You say no? I'm only doing this as a favor for you. That's pretty funny. But Magikarp, I could describe Magikarp, but I actually want to read a Pokedex entry, specifically the Ruby Pokedex entry, because I think it describes Magikarp perfectly. The Ruby Pokedex says, Magikarp is a pathetic excuse for a Pokemon that is only capable of flopping and splashing. Which is very accurate, as Magikarp only knows the move Splash, which does absolutely nothing until level 15 where it learns Tackle. Which, if you've been playing this game, you know Tackle isn't great. The big thing about Magikarp is that at level 20, it becomes one of the best Pokemon in the game in Gyarados. The reasons for this are because, one, Water Flying is actually a pretty good combination. It has amazing stats. Specifically in its attack stat, it's awesome to have. And then it also gets an amazing ability in Intimidate, which if you're playing on shift mode, it basically lets you have a free attack lower on any Pokemon you switch it in with. Other than that, Gyarados also has a really good learn set. Learning moves like Dragon Dance and through level up, and then like Ice Beam and Thunderbolt through TM. But other than that, it's just a really good Pokemon and really good at just basically really good at just destroying other Pokemon after it is evolved. But with that being said, we are now at the end of Route 3 and 4 and right at the entrance of Mount Moon. Let's see what this Mount sign says. Mount Moon tunnel entrance. So I think this is going to be the end of this episode. So I hope that everyone enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Next time, we're going to take on our actual first big dungeon of the journey. But until then, happy adventuring!